Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome to another installment of our wrong series. Welcome to another installment of our Final Fantasy XVI Let's Play adventure, where we've been having a ton of fun. Although I will say, I'm thinking about doing a video kind of discussing my feelings on this game, as opposed to another game that I really love, called Final Fantasy VII Remake, because I went on a family trip for Independence Day, and that game was on sale. So I loaded it into my deck, and surprisingly, it's very easy to get that game to run almost at a consistent 60 at the deck's native resolution, or close to. That's a good game. That's a really good game. This is my third time playing it, and I don't usually replay games like that. I haven't since I was a kid. When I was a kid, obviously, I could buy one game a year, so I played the heck out of it. But, yeah, I don't know. This is fun, though. I have been enjoying it. Even if I like one more than the other, that doesn't mean I dislike this one, which is nuance that is often missed in our modern age.
Gav will be waiting for us. Get your stuff together.
So this is where we left off last time. We are supposed to be leaving with Cid to go meet with one individual named Gav to hopefully find some answers to what's going on here. In fact, if we hold down, it'll probably tell us exactly what's going on. Gav! Cid's faithful scout who puts his legendary nose to work in tracking the movements of slaves, soldiers, and any other object of interest to the Hideaway. The ever-agreeable fellow, only too gladly behind enemy lines if he can get a good story or two out of it. What a lad. Hopefully that all made sense. Remember the Hooded Man? A mysterious man that many believe to be a dominant of fire. Clive first saw him at Phoenix Gate on the night of the Imperial invasion, and for years believed him to be the dominant of the Econ that killed his brother, but to Clive's eternal chagrin, he proved otherwise. Yeah, but we still don't know what the deal is with this guy. Even if he's not responsible for the death of our brother, there's something sus going on there that I would like to find out. So next up, we have Clive Rosefield, that's us, and I don't think, the new installment is going to be the power of the mysterious icon Ifrit awakens within him, and he discovers that the dominant of fire he has long been searching for, the one who killed his brother, was none other but himself. Truly horrific. Cid's Hideaway we already know plenty about. That is a couple of beautiful, absolutely gorgeous little chocobros. Look at them, they're gorgeous. I mean, look, 7 Remake, they have a very sort of whimsical appearance, which I also like, but these look like creatures you would actually find in the real world. And I would love to go for a ride on one. I think that would be like the peak of joy in my life. So that is where we are headed to next. The Wages of Guilt, Journey to King's Fall, which is presumably where kings fall. Here tumble the waters of the Empire's brooks and bournes, to converge into a single resplendent cataract where a bygone king is said to have lost both his life and kingdom. That is actually tragic. That is horrific. Let's go, it should be fun. Like I was saying earlier, though, there is a bit of a nuance between liking one thing more than the other and hating a thing, which I think a lot of people miss out on. I find this discussion a lot when I talk about my favorite games in a franchise or my favorite movies. Whichever one you say is your least favorite, people will automatically interpret as meaning you hate. Oh, you hate that one, right? When nothing could be further from the truth. I think a good example would be Xenoblade Chronicles. I don't know which one's my least favorite.
Not so long ago, this here was a thriving trade route.
But I don't hate any of them.
Then the Blight came. The people left. And just like that, it was deserted. Making it the perfect little shortcut. Gab's waiting for us up ahead. Come on.
Of the trilogy... Well, we'll wait till this cutscene ends.
Still feeling sorry for yourself?
Don't. Please.
Think about it, Clive. The rumours all point to... That was an Imperial signal. They shouldn't be here. The old fort's been abandoned for years. Our little chat can wait. I need to see what the bastards are up to. You go on ahead and meet up with Gav.
But we both know that...
No buts about it.
It was a whistle. It was just like a normal whistle as well. I don't know if anything about that whistle indicated Imperials. If it did, then I'm very impressed. This man knows his whistles. What I was going to say is I think that of the Xenoblade Chronicles games, it'd be between 1 and 3, I think, for my least favorite. 3 might be my least favorite, but note the use of term there, right? Least favorite. I didn't say it's the one that I hated or that I disliked.
Stupid. I'm the dominant of fire.
You are, Clive.
We sent Galv on a wild goose chase.
Yeah, it's a pretty darn shame, isn't it? I actually love Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and I've been playing the heck out of it. That game's about a year old, and I'm still playing it right now. There's still a Let's Play series on this channel, concurrent with this one. That is just Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I love that game. But I think I like the other ones more. But that's the sort of nuance that you really don't seem to get out of people these days, or that they don't seem capable of comprehending. Like, I'm sorry, wait, what? That's your least favorite? So you just hate it and your opinion's wrong? And I don't understand where that's born from, but okay. Let me see if I can get back into the habit here with combat. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, we're doing great. Oh, these are Black Widows? I'm sorry? Have we just learned something interesting about this world? Is this a world, like, filled with very small people? Because I've seen a Black Widow before. I've had a couple of Black Widows on me in my life. I've killed a few in my time. They're not this big. But it makes sense if this is a world that is full of very small people. Or else it's also possible that there's just very big animals. But I kind of like the idea better that this takes place in modern-day Earth, and these are just very small people. There was a film when I was a child. Well, I mean, it's still a film now, but I remember it being advertised a lot on VHS. About little people? Was it called The Borrowers? I don't mean little people like a, who, oh man, I can't think of his name now. Was it Vern Troyer from, is that the fella's name? From the Austin Powers series? Or Warwick Davis would have been the one to go with. No, I'm talking about, like, wee little people who lived in your walls and stole your shoes or whatever. Like elves, if you will. I want this story to be about that now. I want it to be about wee little people that live in this world, and they fight spiders, and they turn into icons, but the icons aren't actually gargantuan in size. They're just like the size of your average child's like play toy, right? Like my Makuta toy, my Makuta from 2004. It was the big combo set where you combined Nadiki. Who else was in that? That big bird that Taraga Duma rode around on, whose name I don't remember, and Kreka, maybe? You combine them together and you built... Oh, wow. That was a perfect parry. And it wasn't even intentional on my part. How about that? Because I'm not capable of being that, like, accurate with my parries. Pretty good with my dodges, though. Yeah, that was a pretty big Makuta set, and I imagine that's how big the... In order for... I mean, that would be a huge icon compared to a little person for whom a Black Widow is, like, mountainous in size, but that also means that the dog would be small, and I don't think the dog is small. Did I dodge doing that? I don't think that I did. See, this is the problem with concurrently playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, is that the buttons are all confused in my head again. I feel like for a hot minute there, I was actually doing pretty good remembering where the buttons were on this controller and what I needed to do. And now they're all switched around in my head again. Can we do this? Beautiful. Good thing this thing stays staggered for so long. We got in quite a bit of damage there. That was a poorly timed dodge on my part. That was a pretty goodly timed dodge. Goodly? Goodly. That almost sounds like Dudley Do-Right's, like, cousin. Goodly Do-Right. It's actually got like a bit of a double thing going on there. Why am I not doing my swift recoveries? That was a horribly timed, stupid decision on my part. I don't know what I was trying to accomplish there. Oh, hold on. If we do this now... Yes! Yes! Okay, we gotta remember when we get them half down, we can do that, and it gives us a moment where we can just waylay on them without them being able to do any sort of proper recourse. And then this should get them back into this state. Also, I'm just now coming to this moment, this conclusion, in the middle of this combat encounter, I'm just now having this revelation that I'm fighting a Minotaur. I was just fighting a big monster this whole time. Only now as it started to register that I'm fighting a Minotaur with one hand as well, because I'm doing all of my gestures with the other hand. Both hands are back on the controller now. This happens sometimes. I just lose track of the fact that I'm playing a game. All right. Come here, big guy. You're going down after this. No, you're not. You're going down after this. Final blow? There we go. Enemy slain. Apparently there's just a Minotaur running around. Presumably there will be more. I'd like to think there won't be more Minotaur, but there probably will be. We got his mane, though, and that can be used in crafting, as well as his sharp fang and his bloody hide. Probably, again, need to clean the blood off of that, because that's not ideal. Are we about to have, like, a deep moment of introspection about how the fact we just... No! I mean, that was a living creature.
Perfect little shortcut, Sid. Straight to a nest of bloodthirsty beasts.
He managed to build a weapon, so he's got clothes. So he's clearly capable of enough thought to... Well, he's got such a tiny head, though, compared to the rest of his body. This is not just like a normal monster. This isn't like when we've killed the wolves or the living plants. Like, no, we've committed a crime against another semi-sentient being. I don't know what the extent of their sentience is, but I kind of feel bad. I don't know about the rest of you folks, but I definitely feel like we've done something semi-abhorrent here. I mean, life goes on, certainly, but still. Also, is this the direction I need to go? Or do I need to go... I mean, can I not get behind this waterfall? I kind of thought that I could. Can I hop down there? No. That's a shame, because that's a great place to put something, is behind a waterfall.
Can't be much further now.
You would think so, but we actually don't know how much further it is. I don't think we were given any sort of a scale for how far we were supposed to be traveling before we found Gav. He just said go ahead and meet with him.
That's enough.
Also, this is like the most peaceful combat encounter. Just like nice soft music. The music didn't even get crazy. I don't know if you've noticed. There we go, we finally did it. We finally remembered that we could charge up a big magic attack. I think we've had that ability for so long now and we just keep neglecting it. Okay, get away from me, insects. This is quite pesky. That's usually pretty good at getting area effect damage in, but I'm going to assume that the insects... How are we supposed to fight hornets? I think I said... I mean, can we jump? Yeah, we can. We don't stay elevated, though. This isn't like Tifa in 7 Remake, where you just stay flying in the air for the entirety of your combo. It's definitely not like Kingdom Hearts, where you can just stay in the air for the entirety of that game sometimes. It gets a little bit silly in those games. And then sometimes you unlock flight in some of them, and then, like, gosh, what am I doing? Ooh, okay, I expected to have to, like, very slowly crawl around there, but that was pretty fun. There haven't been a lot of branching paths in this level, or if there have been, I haven't found them. A lot of these levels are just very... Oh, good, another Minotaur. Oh, and this time he's got spider friends. That's great. Love that. At least they're not, like, cosplaying as Black Widows, which we all know they just aren't, because they're just not that big. I kind of feel like I need to deal with all of these guys first. Can you heal me? I've yet to figure out the specific rules of how dog healing works. I think it's just a slow heal over time up to a certain point. Yeah, no, we take care of the spiders now. Now we take care of the Minotaur. It would be great if the dog could heal, like, slightly more quickly, or if we had just, like, a permanent healer in the party. But this game doesn't do that sort of a thing for some reason. I've died. Have we died before? I've never gotten a game over. That's the first one. And it was only because I didn't take a potion. It wasn't even a particularly difficult combat encounter. That's embarrassing. There goes our perfect playthrough now. Of course, now the doors are open, right? To just die constantly. Before, I feel like if I hadn't died, I might have continued to do a really good job of not dying. Whereas now that it's happened once, there's like no reason to continue trying. We're just gonna die a lot of times, and we're just gonna have to accept that. That was not a precision dodge. I did like 3 dodges there and just happened to land on it. This Minotaur seems to be... I mean, that's my imagination, I'm sure. It's not actually easier to defeat. It seems to be just as hefty. I feel like maybe the numbers are just... Maybe I've already fought one before, so I know what to expect. Maybe it's all entirely in my head. I'm unsure. Also, what happened there? That felt magical. If you wouldn't mind, dog. Now would be an excellent opportunity to do some healing. Thank you, Torgal. And then also maybe sick the darn creature, and then ravage it, and then sick it. Like, can I just keep hitting these buttons? Can I tell it as many times as I want to? A fine hound. Oh, good gosh, we got a parry in there, and I still don't. Isn't that? Jeez. Sick him. Okay, and now we do this. Just give him a bit of a rough time. We've got to remember that we have these other abilities over here. Like, we can do a Wicked Wheel, which sounds really silly, which is almost reason enough not to do it.
Better already.
Beautiful. This is kind of going more fluidly than it was before. Like, almost. I don't know. Oh, you gosh darn son of a gun. Well, not a gun. You're definitively the son of, like, a man who loved his cow way too much. Is that the origin of a Minotaur? I'd rather think that it's not, but I kind of feel like that's probably what it was. Fireman Jenkins, you gotta stop doing that to your cow. You don't know what's gonna happen. God didn't intend for this. And then thus was born the legend of the Minotaur. That's kind of disturbing. I wish I hadn't said that. That's one of those thoughts you just keep to yourself and you don't speak aloud. Where's Gav? Is he out here shooting a slow-mo video? Where exactly is he? Also, is this an alternative path? No, it's just 4 spools of steel silk. Which I don't know what to do with, presumably crafting. Oh, here we go. There's gonna be a troll under the bridge, and we have to pay the troll toll if we want to find Gav's soul.
What is it, boy?
After him! Don't let him escape!
Well, I think Gav's not having a good one. Let's not shout his name. That's not going to help him. That's just going to distract him. And then he's not going to be able to defend himself.
Who goes there? This one's a deserter. Take his head!
You have no evidence of that. I could just be here to help. I could have been sent by the Empire. Unless you have, like, a picture of me somewhere that's very clearly states that I'm a deserter and that people need to treat me as such. Like, you're just kind of guessing. You don't know. Wow, if we just keep him on the ground... Wait a minute, I think we've just found, like, the way to cheese the game, right? Do that. Zoom over. Stab them. Zoom over. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, well, hold on. Let's go through the whole cycle. We're gonna have to try this again. You're gonna have to give me a minute. Because I think we might have found a good cheese. The issue is, I think you have to, like, stun them and knock them over one more time before you can do it again. But if you can get into, like, a good cycle of that, now that's not gonna work with this guy. Also, this guy's just brought a dragon with him.
There he is!
Oh, good, and there's more soldiers.
Kill the deserter!
What? What is this turning into? Is this just a cutscene? Do I not have to do anything? Okay, good, yeah, Sid's here. Or at the very least, he's looking down on us from above.
Clive, what's the situation?
You're late!
Imperials.
What?
The Imperials are on his tail! We have to get to him before they do.
Understood. I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
None whatsoever.
Take the dragon.
You take...
Take the dragoon.
Okay, I was actually going to suggest that, but yet here I am attacking the dragon for no reason. I can't lock onto the other guy. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now it's me and you, sir. Now it's me and you, and it's gonna go super well as soon as I get into the rhythm of it all. I've just gotta shoot. Yeah, see, now we're getting somewhere. You're doing great. You've almost defeated the dragon, Sid. I'm actually super impressed with your abilities and kind of wish that I was that decent. I am not. I'm actually quite bad, Sid. I'm actually quite bad at combat. If you're done with the dragon and you want to kind of help, it would be appreciated. Oh, okay. That was a pretty smooth series of events there. not to toot my own horn, mainly because I don't have it. Oh, actually, I do have my own horn. But I can't toot it and play at the same time is the only issue. And if I stop spamming the attack button now, we're going to miss out on all of this excellent damage that we can do while he's staggered. See, I'm sorry, who just did that? Did someone just heal me? Was that... That definitely wasn't the dog. Speaking of, though, Torgal, keep it coming. Oh, dang it, he did it back to back. I've gotten into, like, every so often, I feel like my brain gets out of sync with my fingers, and it's like, I know what I need to do, but for some reason I'm doing it in the wrong, like, order, or a little bit too late, or a little bit too early, and it takes a while for me to get, like, everything synced back up. If that makes any sense at all. I'm sure it doesn't. Oh, thank goodness. Let's just give him everything we got. Everything we got. Oh dear, this is different. Oh, we've not done this before. Where does this end? When does this end? Am I supposed to attack him at some point? I don't know! At least Sid was also confused. It wasn't just like a me thing. Was that him making all that noise?
Come on, let's finish him off.
Happily, Sid. Happily. Trust me, I don't want this fight to go on any longer than you do. Just keep yelling at Torgal to heal me, and bless him, he's trying his best right now. What did we get? We got an Imperial Link, which is just used for crafting. It's just a bunch of crafting materials. We never get anything like super great out of these guys.
Come on.
Come on, Gav. Hang in there, buddy.
Shit!
This is good, so long as they keep coming at him one at a time. I can't even get the sentence out. So he's definitely not gone, because that would be too obvious. When do we get to do things like this? Now that we know that we're Ifrit. Whoa! He literally never does that during combat. Torgal, you're holding out on us. Holding on to a limb? Yes! Exactly!
Give me your hand!
Don't you let go, Mr. Gav. Don't you let go.
Help me!
Help me!
Oh dear.
Help me, Clive!
I've got you.
See, I was expecting some cool icon power. But he just reached a little bit further is all he did. He could have done that the whole time. Why did he need to hear the voice of his dead brother to do that? I've been inspired to reach yet 3 inches further and save you, Gav. You have many years of slow-mo videos ahead of you.
There. Clive doesn't have your nose, I said. He'd stumble off a cliff, I said.
Well, that's the trouble with a nose like mine. Can't help sticking it where it's not wanted. But if it wasn't for you two, my sniffing days would be over. Thank you. Truly.
So, what news?
Well, found out where your friend's heading for one thing.
Gav,
We do need to know where this guy's
Your
going.
old stomping ground, Rosaria. You should have seen what they did to the Imperials who tried to stop them. There's no question about it. He's a dominant fire, all right.
he can't be.
Clive, I saw you turn into an icon before my very eyes. And yes, there's a good chance it was you who killed the Phoenix.
Poor Gav's just having all this
But we
dumped
weren't
on
alone,
him.
were we? There was the fellow you saw enter the whirlwind. Aye. I saw him too. You didn't dream it, Clive. He's out there.
But who is he?
Don't ask me. I don't bloody know. But I do know one thing. You're gonna find him and find out. After all, you swore an oath.
What?
You swore you'd avenge your brother's death. That you'd never rest until you'd hunted down the man responsible. So, find out if this man's responsible and kill yourself if he's not.
Sid, I...
Don't thank me. Thank Gav.
Thank you, Gav.
Yeah,
Now give him a little peck. Or don't. That's fine too.
No birds returning this year.
The Deadlands have swallowed their roosts, like as not. We're running out of time.
We'll be in Rosaria in a day or two.
What is going to be the twist with this fella?
Back to where it all began. He must be stopped.
You know what? Let's just carry on. There's no point dwelling on this. We're not going to figure it out on our own. Let's just carry on, and it'll all be explained to us in time.
Spitting great gouts of fire he was like a bleeding volcano.
Ever seen a volcano?
What? You think I'm having you on?
Clive! Your friend. She's awake.
Hey!
Right.
I'd plumb forgot about her.
Go to her, you fool. Right, you lot. Enough slacking. Goots, come with me. Gav, go and get those wounds seen to.
Oh, give it to me straight. How long have I got?
So?
All in good time. Let's make ourselves scarce.
That's probably the most fun there's been in this game so far. Although it's been a fairly... I mean, there's been little moments of levity. That right there was the peak of it. I'd hope to see more of it. Because I don't mind a really serious plot, but I do like to have it interspersed with moments of levity and laughter and joy and humanity. Doesn't need to be all grim all the time. Hi, so listen, let's talk about the time I beat you up. Very sorry about that, but do you remember me? Because you didn't seem to.
It's true then. It really is you.
I'm sure the pulling of the sword out wasn't great. Probably could have left that there.
It is.
Clive! You're alive.
So are you. I still can't believe it. Are your wounds healed?
Yes. Talia told me what happened.
The ones that...
You saved my life.
I mean, I'm the one who gave you the wounds in the first
After nearly
place.
taking it. I had no idea. Forgive me, but how did you ever come to be there, Jill? Fighting for them.
The Iron Blood. They invaded not long after the news arrived about Phoenix Gate. Rosaria had lost her leaders. The Duchy was in chaos. The Iron Kingdom saw our weakness and pounced upon it. They killed the men and captured the women.
That's why they give us the levity.
And took you back to Ironhome.
Because now they're just pulling it down.
I thought they meant to have their fun with me before the end. But the end never came. My powers awoke, and everything changed. It all happened so fast.
We were told that the Iron Blood had captured a dominant and planned to bring her on their latest crusade.
They gave me a choice. To fight for them on the battlefield, or see my countrywomen slaughtered.
And they call us dominants.
What?
Oh, yeah, she doesn't know. Tell her about how you ripped your brother apart.
What happened, Clive? What happened at Phoenix Gate?
It was me. I killed Joshua.
No, that's not true. I know you. You wouldn't do that.
It's the truth. I changed into him again, not long ago. The second icon of fire. The one responsible.
Clive.
When I think back to that night...
Yeah. No, it doesn't make any sense, does it?
The hooded man, he spoke to me.
And what did he say?
What did he say? We have found you. What did he mean?
Clive, we should go back there, to Phoenix Gate.
That came out of nowhere. To what end? Did you have a reason for
What
it?
really happened, and so do you. You need to know for certain.
And we're gonna find that information in this abandoned ruin?
True, and you did what you said you did? Then we will face it together.
Jill, All right.
You'll be needing a change of clothes, then. Out you go, your lordship. We wouldn't want you getting overexcited.
Sorry.
I'll see you soon then, Clive.
I should make ready too. We've a long journey ahead of us.
We do. We're getting the band back together. We're finally starting to have something of a semblance of a party. Hey, where's fella who sweeps stairs at? Where did he go? He should be right over here, right? He's always complaining about how he just finished sweeping the stairs. I told him he'd be doing that for the rest of his life. What's back here? Oh, this is like the study, right? Sid Solar. Who are you? You're sweeper guy! Is he going to complain about how he just swept? Is he going to say anything at all? Is he going to acknowledge my presence? You know what? He hates me. After all the times he told me not to walk where he was sweeping, and I just continue to do so in spite of him. He probably doesn't want to look at me anymore. So I noticed that we do have a couple of side quests down here, and I thought we might go ahead and clear those away before continuing on our adventure. So Kenneth the Kitchen Head.
Ah, Clive. I trust you're settling in?
Gradually getting used to the place.
I'm glad to hear it. I was hoping you might be persuaded to come to my aid once more. Your services will be rewarded, of course.
I don't doubt it. Seems to be the way around here.
We strive to be better than those we once served. Now, as to the task itself, I am once again in need of a pair of hands to deliver sustenance to our esteemed companions.
It's a part 2
I
quest.
have 3 meals for 3 industrious souls. What say you?
Sounds like free money to me. I'd be happy to help. Although it doesn't actually look like we're getting money.
Marvelous. The 3 individuals you'll be seeking out are busying themselves about the hideaway. You'll find one by the entrance, another in the bunks, and the other guarding the cells. Thank you once again, Clive.
So this is like a proper delivery. We're not just like taking things to tables. We're going on a prioritized quest. We're going on a full-on adventure around the joint. Hopefully they all tip very well. I don't want to end up in that situation like that pizza delivery guy who was all over social media for making a fool of himself. I saw some people take his side, but no. No. A-hole. Heard he was fired. Glad. Hope he never gets rehired again and starves to death on the streets. Not really.
Something smells good. For me, I hope.
Don't actually think that.
Courtesy of Kenneth.
Don't even think I can cut that now. It's so, like, ingrained as part of this quest. I'm just being hyperbolic. It happens sometimes.
Oh, my thanks. These birds are needy creatures. They don't like me running after the fat chocobo behind their backs.
They must keep you busy.
There's never a moment's rest. Probably for the best I eat down here, reeking of the staples as I do. I'd only put people off their food. And who has time to wash and dress for dinner when they've got little darlings like these to wait upon, eh? Anyway, thanks for the food, and be sure to give Kenneth my regards.
See, I thought that she was going to say they're needy creatures and that's why she ordered them food. But no, I understand. She can't leave them. Listen, about the pizza guy, I want to roll back to that one and just clarify a few things. I hope that he doesn't die cold and lonely on the streets. I hope that he gets the help that he needs and he finds a job and he sort of figures out that whole temperament thing and goes on to live a happy life. And this whole social media thing doesn't ruin his life.
Back so soon? Fancied another kip in the cells, did you?
Kenneth sent me. He thought you might be hungry.
He wasn't wrong. The way my gut's been growling, I'd have curls running scared.
Guard duty down here can't be much fun.
It's not. But sometimes folk need locking up, and someone has to watch over them. I help people sleep at night, and that's not a boast many can make. You keep yourself on the right side of these bars now, you hear me?
I was already locked up in here once before, so that was a good time. Listen, I want to go back to this whole pizza guy situation, because I've been thinking about it, and actually, you know what? I actually hope that the social media thing kind of spurs him into a bit of fame, and maybe he even gets really successful and world-renowned as this sort of grumpy guy who just says it how it is, and maybe he gets a whole career out of it and makes a lot of fame and fortune, and maybe goes back to that house with the pizza and they become friends because they technically, with their, what he interpreted as an insultingly low tip, is what spurred him on to stardom. That's what I hope for.
Can I help you? Kenneth sent me.
Ah, wonderful. Do you hear that? Our food has arrived. Does your appetite still elude you?
Is he sick?
I'm afraid so. Those no longer in need of a physicker's immediate ministrations are sent here for further rest. I tend to those who cannot tend to themselves, which leaves me very little time for anything else. Happily, Kenneth sees that I stay fed. I would be lost without the kindness of good people like him and yourself. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I think that's everyone.
What a kindly man.
Let Kenneth know.
Listen, I want to go back to this whole pizza guy situation, because the more I think about it, the more I think that actually he was out of line. And maybe he's not the worst person in the world, but I think what we see in Pizza Man is a representation of how people these days, they don't have any self-restraint. they just sort of snap and act on first instinct, which is not really a good thing. There's actually a term for that. Self-restraint is definitely a term for it, but there's another one. It's like, what is it? It's like when you... Hold on, let me do a Google search real fast. Impulse control. A lot of folks don't have good impulse control, and they just... A thing happens that upsets them or irritates them, and instead of taking a moment to, like, control the situation, they lash out. So I actually hope he gets drafted into, like, some foreign legion and ends up on the front lines between, like, Russia and Ukraine. So it suits him right.
You're back. All done? Wonderful. Here, your reward, as promised.
The Hideaway's quite something. Everyone has their place.
A fact we are proud of, believe me. I'm glad you've witnessed it for yourself. You have your place too, of course, as you have just so capably proven, and you will always have a place with us, should you desire it.
It's kind of you to say so.
It is the truth, and not a soul among us would deny it. I look forward to all that you will bring to our little community.
That was a great little series of quests to make us feel like we're more a part of the community here and introduce us to some more individuals. That was actually really solid, and we got a gill bug. Valuable, can be traded for gill. Why not just give us gill directly? I don't know. Anyway, look, I want to go back to the pizza thing just one more time, and just to state that, you know what, I actually want to retract everything I've previously said, and I hope the situation just kind of blows over with no long-term impact on anyone for any reason whatsoever. That's the official Howdy Folks stance. Just take everything else I've said up until this point, you know, and pin it to the wall, and maybe we'll apply it to someone else later. But we do have another quest here. Bahumil? He's the chief botanist, is what you need to know.
You! Newcomer! I need help.
What's the matter?
It's my assistant. She left to gather soil, and I've seen nothing of her since. I cannot concentrate one whit for fear of what might have happened. Please, I beg of you, will you go and check? I have to know.
Where exactly did she go?
All right, I'll go.
Marvelous. Thank you. You'll be rewarded for your time, of course.
Whereabouts is she?
Gotan's Bales. It's on the outskirts of Lost.
Oh my gosh, we actually have to leave here for this?
For an unaccompanied bearer, perhaps, but the soil there is second to none. Now go, and do not linger. Why, it may already be too late.
I didn't think we would find a side quest that took us outside of here. Go ahead and prioritize that, though. I mean, I'm here for it. It should be a good time. Maybe we need to stock up on some supplies first, though. I'm sorry, little chick. I didn't mean to spook you. So we need to talk to old Nan here as part of the main quest, but I don't want to do that because I'm sort of concerned that if we go ahead and speak with her, that'll trigger the next series of events. Let's just have a little chat with Blackthorn, see if we can't upgrade our weapons anymore. I actually don't even remember what I currently have equipped. Maybe that's where I need to start, is figuring that out. So let's see here. We currently have in our gear and icons section a Bastard Sword +2, a Dark Sash +1, and Steel Crowns +2. So that's what we're probably looking to upgrade if we're looking to upgrade anything. Use the Forge.
What you want?
What you want? What you want indeed. So we have Bastard Sword +1. I guess you can't really upgrade it any further than it already is. What about over here? No. Oh, here we try. Oh, I can, well, kind of a downgrade from what we currently have, I think. Okay, so there's not actually much we can do here. I could probably craft whole new things that would be good, like a wolfskin sash, or like whatever this is, battle chains. What I'm kind of getting from all storm cry. I'm sorry, what is this? So spurred by her cries, did wind become storm. That sounds kind of cool. That sounds kind of cool, actually. Compare gear. So compared to what we've got, it's a very modest upgrade, but it can probably be upgraded further, is something of note. As opposed to, oh my gosh, the Gaia Blade, though. While common on the southern continent, worship of the land itself as a deity is almost unheard of in Valisthea. That, however, has not stopped the import of fine steel blades blessed by Gaian presbyters, under the claim that They are deadlier and more durable than those forged in the twins. That's the vibe that I'm getting. I mean, we have a wind shard, and presumably we have a wind shard to craft this particular weapon. But this weapon is better. Like, look at that. 135, 135. 150, 150. I mean, one of these is objectively better than the other. I'll give you that this is, like, unique and rare and everything, and maybe it can be upgraded an incredible degree to be super crazy, but Gaia Blade, though?
If I do say so.
Go ahead and equip that, and then also upgrade it as well? That's a huge upgrade! Okay, and then back over here, what have we got? Wolfskin Sash, so-so. Kind of so-so. But the sword, though! And should we go ahead and just... No, we're not going to go ahead and make it. We're going to hold on to that, because maybe we can use it for something else. What on earth are you doing over here?
I'm sure I'll be calling on your help again, if you've a mind to lend it. A carpenter's work is never done around here.
I'm sure. Do I need to stop and have conversations with people when they have that above their head? I guess not, considering we're getting the exact same information. Moving heaven and earth. So I guess we're gonna go search for Galton's, and we're gonna go search Galton Bales. What I'm trying to say, we're gonna go do this side quest now. Is what we're gonna go do. Hopefully, there's a mark for it on the map. There is. Excellent. Oh, cool. So I think last time we were here. Dear heavens!
Someone's in trouble.
Yeah, I can tell. I was gonna say, last time we were here, it was nighttime. I don't think we've been here during the day. What is that horrific noise? Oh, it's spiders. It's big spiders is what they are. Level 19 spiders at that. I don't know what level I am, but gosh darn it. We're gonna go ahead and take care of these guys, and we're gonna do a bang-up job of it. See what I mean? Bang-up job of it. We're doing good so far. I'm hoping that the thing behind us is the gal we're here to rescue. No, it looks like it's just another spider. Or maybe that's the same spider, or maybe that's a dead spider that's body is currently decaying. No, that is another spider. Is it actively attacking the girl? Oh no, it's going after Torgal. Good. He's capable of actually dealing with that. It's not done yet, though. There's more. There do be more spiders here. That's all right. We can do this little nifty trick. Oh, you son of a gun. Leave me alone. Stop it. Get out of here. If we hold this down, what happens? It's the same thing. It's just fire again. I forgot that one of the things that we could do is draw them towards us if they start like drifting too far out, which is great. But also, if we do this, then we can zoom towards them and deliver like a powerful blow. Where's the lass who's doing the collecting though? What happened to them? Okay, well, I mean, the combat encounter is finished. We're level 24 now, which is fantastic. But again, are they dead? What happened? Are they here? Are they alive? I have another question, actually.
It would have been worse if you hadn't come along. Wait, I've seen you around the Hideaway. You're new, aren't you?
I'm Clive.
It's unfortunate that your name is
And I'm
Shaken
Martel.
Lady. Oh, never mind.
But what are you doing here?
Looking for you. This is no place for a bearer on her own.
I noticed that. But this soil's not going to collect itself.
Then what if I gathered it for you? You could head back to the Hideaway. Just exactly what sort of dirt is it that you need?
What I need is soil. But I'd be a fool to refuse your help after what just happened. It's the good stuff you're looking for. Dark, rich, fragrant. You'll know it when you find it.
He just comes back with chocolate.
Rich and fragrant. Right.
Found this bar of dark
You
chocolate.
should hurry back. Bohemil seemed worried enough that he might come looking for you himself.
That seems unlikely, but I won't argue with you. Thanks.
No, thank you. Please be safe. Can you find quests in parts of the world that you've previously visited?
There's certainly enough of it here.
Because we're certainly coming back
Is it dark, rich, and
to a previously visited area for a side quest. But, like, if I go into town down the way there, would the overworld tell me that there was a quest there, or would I just have to stumble upon it? These are the questions that haunt my nightmares. Surely this vineyard belongs to someone, and they're not going to appreciate that we've come through here and just started... Come on, gather the samples. We're just, like, stealing their dirt?
That should be enough.
According to the mini-map, there doesn't appear to be any place around here where there's a side quest. But I don't know about the open world map.
I better get it back to the Hideaway.
Yeah, no, you're actually correct. Is there any useful information in here? Oh, you know what? I was wondering. Okay, dominant of Siva and Clive's childhood friend. In the wake of the tragedy at Phoenix Gate, Jill was taken prisoner, blah, 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 blah. I was kind of hoping for, like, a history on her and how we came to be friends with her. But that's fine, too. So we can get to the overworld map like that. And then you'd hope that maybe hovering over one of these would tell you if there was, like, a side quest to be had there. But I think that symbol just means that we have an active side quest there, not a new one or anything. These are questions that will haunt me until I stop caring about them. So I understand, like, moving heaven and earth. I get the idea that we're moving earth. We're literally bringing this man soil. But the heaven part, like, is she supposed to be heaven? She's kind of attractive, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, Jill is, like, right back in the other room, so...
And? All safe and sound?
Oh, yes, she's standing right there.
Not the girl.
The soil!
Soil.
Yeah, so this guy cared more about the soil than the girl.
Yes. Here.
Glorious! When Martel came home empty-handed, I almost had a fit. But with this, my research can continue. First and foremost come the measurements. I must know how much ether each sample contains. From there...
Wait, so you were never...
Worried about me? Sorry to disappoint you, but the only thing he worries about is his research.
But that's
all right. It's just how he is. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be growing anything in these ruins. It's a small price to pay. Although, you shouldn't have to pay it too. Did he even offer you anything for helping? Ugh. Here. I know it's not much, but it's something, at least. I wish I could offer you some fruit too, but you're not likely to thank me if I do. Still, we'll grow something worth eating one of these days, and when we do, you'll have first pick.
All right. Interesting characters around here, aren't there? And we got some Valley Matter for it. We love that. So I guess now the only question is, if we go back up to Jill's room, will we actually, like, walk in on her changing? Or is the game not that perverse, right? Because there's definitely a joke about it. But, or is it just not going to let us in at all? Jill's still sitting on her bed.
I told you to make yourself scarce. Your friend needs to get dressed.
She's got a funny way of doing it there. Well, I think that does it for today's episode. When we come back next time, we'll be continuing on our adventure back to where this all began, where I can only assume more horrible things will happen. Until then, thank you folks for watching. God bless you. We'll talk to the Moogle next time as well. Bye!